Greetings, Culturians, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be discussing the upcoming likely failure of the Mandalorian Grogu movie. Nobody's really interested in this. I don't know if you guys have seen any kind of hype. The projection and forecasts for this don't look good, especially opening weekend, which is what we're going to talk about here. But, man, I really want to hear from you guys on this one, so start commenting early. Here we go. Now, before we get started, just a real quick reminder, I am trying to get to 50K. I can only do that with your kind help, and I would appreciate it if very much you double check you're still subscribed. If not, hit that subscribe button, whether you've been here for the first time or the 1000th time. Why aren't you subscribed? Is it because you don't want to set up an account on YouTube? There's got to be a reason. If there is, make a comment down below. Other than that, make sure you hit the bell icon, hit the thumbs up button, make sure all your notifications are on, and let me know. Are you looking forward to Mando and Grogu? Again, I'm not. Maybe you are. Let's hear about it. So, from The World of Real, Jordan Rumi writes the following. The Mandalorian and Grogu eyes franchise low opening in Disney Star Wars era. And look, this is just from the other day. Right now, tracking for Disney Lucasfilms, the Mandalorian and Grogu is not looking so hot. More recently, a domestic opening weekend debut of 71 million plus was making the rounds, but I'm hearing it might come in much lower than that. Much lower than that? How? Why? Is it because everybody's tired of this Grogu thing? Is it because nobody likes Pedro Pascal? Is it because they've tied so much up into Star Wars that was just full of political messaging that everybody's turned off? They lost all the 50-year-olds that they were decrying to begin with? Was it because of Kathleen Kennedy's efforts? I mean, I've got questions. I don't know about you, but I do know this. Projections are now moving downward, not upwards, despite a lot of articles claiming they are moving upwards. We got one that I'm going to show you here in just a minute. But yeah, the upturn in marketing efforts over the past few weeks really haven't done anything. Currently, 65 million is a number being floated from a Friday to Sunday number. That's a 3-day weekend there, which will include previews. That's really low. That would easily make it the lowest opening of any Disney Star Wars, and we have to say it that way. We don't have Star Wars anymore. We have Disney Star Wars, and when Disney got their claws into it, they made it for girls and not for the guys. In fact, I don't know that they made it for anybody, because at this point, it doesn't look like a lot of people are going to see it. So a record that's currently held by Solo, a Star Wars story, at 84 million, well, it may not be safe. It's possible at 65 million domestically. These numbers, they could be a little rough. Back to the story. Of course, this doesn't even take reviews into account, especially since the film has yet to be screened. Uh-oh. There are surely plenty of moviegoers on the fence about The Mandalorian and Grogu who might only be persuaded to buy a ticket if word of mouth turns out to be positive. And that's the problem. I don't suspect anybody's going to be super hype on this film. Why do I suspect that? Because nobody's hype now. And The Mandalorian and Grogu is right around the corner. I was thinking this was going to come out in June. I was wrong. It's coming out in May. It's right around the corner. In fact, less than a month away. And you're going to see it on May 22nd. It's the first Star Wars movie since the 2019 IP money grab. And they're eager to get things back into theaters. So they have a very poor reception or mixed reception. They're saying mixed reception on, well, the trilogy that they made, the Disney sequel Star Wars trilogy, which I'm telling you right now, I still don't buy Rey as anything but a Palpatine. You can say you're anybody you want to. You could say you're Boba Fett. I'm not going to believe you. Anyway, they turned one of their Disney Minus series into a full-blown theatrical release, which, again, they've diminished the value of all their IPs by doing this one thing with Marvel. Now, let's jump into the story from Koi Moi, which I'm going to call them out because I have to tell you, it's too positive. Too positive. So here's the story from Koi Moi. America box office projection, 90+ million. That's way too high. This was also the same day that Jordan wrote their story. So 90 million plus. Debut could secure second spot among Pedro Pascal's last 5 films. Last 5 films with a 90 million debut? He hasn't been in anything that's been really good. Wasn't he just recently in Fantastic Boar? I think so. He's been in some other stuff too, which have been complete crap. Why did everybody want this guy in their stuff? I don't get it. What I do get is that a strong start is on the cards for Pedro Pascal starrer. That's not true. According to Box Office Pro's latest report, okay, The Mandalorian and Grogu are now tracking to earn between 90 million and 100 million on their opening weekend at the box office in North America. I don't buy it. I really don't. Initially, the film was tracking to earn between 70 and 80 million, which seems more reasonable to me with the lack of hype. As days go by, the projected range could change further, but it will not surpass the last Star Wars film in 2019, The Rinse of Soybeans. That film collected 177.4 million on its opening weekend in North America, and despite that, it's expected to have a strong start. A strong start. Do they really think you're going to believe that? Is this an even reputable idea? I mean, let's take a look at these last 5 films, because I'm not buying any of this garbage. Where it stands among Pedro Pascal's last 5 films' debut weekend collections, based on current tracking, they're likely to land number 2 among Pedro Pascal's last 5, blah, 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 in the North American box office. It would sit just behind, just behind the Fantastic Four Last Steps at 117.6 million. I still can't believe it made that much money. I tried to get my review out there fast. That way people didn't waste money on going to see it. But I'm just telling you right now, this guy is not the star they're trying to make him out to be, and it's sad. It's very sad, especially after they point out that Gladiator 2 is going to end up in 3rd. Wild Robot and 2 more movies are also going to be, well, where they are, and that's what it is. The Materialist, which was woke garbage, and Eddington, which was, well, really not properly presented to an audience. Wild Robot was pretty good. I thought that was great. It had a decent opening weekend for an original animation from out of nowhere. And Gladiator 2 surprised me. But the Fantastic Four, yikes. Look, I'm not a lot of a shade-throwing guy, but I'm realistic. I just think that Star Wars is totally burned out now. I don't think it's ever coming back. So even at the lower end of the projections, the Star Wars title is set to nearly double the debut of Gladiator 2. Yeah, because if it actually was doubling it would be 110 million, if I remember correctly, and significantly outgross Pascal's last 5 debuts. This highlights the massive pull of Star Wars, yeah, it's certainly not Pedro, combined with the popularity of the Mandalorian storyline. What storyline? You, after the season 2 and then you ditching Gina, you went, well, off the deep end. And we got stuff we absolutely weren't interested in. In fact, I was bored very much to sleep anytime I tried to watch one of those episodes. I think Star Wars dead, guys. I really do. Anyway, so a number 2 among his last 5 films debuts will reinforce his growing box office presence. It better not. He's been in too many things already, too many bad things already, including the Fantastic Four. They think it might take the top spot. I think if it does, culture's more far gone than I even realize. So, what is the film about? Well, the film's official synopsis states, following the fall of the Galactic Empire during a period where remaining Imperial warlords threaten the galaxy, the New Republic enlists Din Djarin and his apprentice Grogu to rescue Rada the Hutt in exchange for information from the Hutt clan on the New Republic target. Star Wars The Mandalorian and Grogu will be released on May 22nd, and I promise you, almost nobody cares. I don't know. I really don't know. These numbers are based on various estimates and sources. They have not been independently verified by Koimo, whatever this website is. And look, it's just one that I wanted to bring out and show people because likely because I picked a good thumbnail. People are going to take a look at that story. Regardless, do check in with That Park Place for probably a more accurate tale of the tape. And check out World of Real, where Jordan is writing great news stories every day. But I put this question to you because I put you through all of that. What do you think? Do you think that the Mandalorian and Grogu film has a chance? Do you think that we really don't know anything about it, so maybe nobody's interested in it? Do you think that maybe Grogu is like, a little long in the tooth, and that 50-year-old puppet that pretends it's an infant is not cute anymore? Do you think that they're going to sell mad merchandise after this film? Do you think they'll be able to justify the budget they spent and the time we will waste watching it? I think all of that's kind of up in the air. I don't think any of it will be accurately positive. And I'm going to tell you, I don't expect much from the box office for this film. But maybe you do. And if so, give me your thoughts down in the comments section below. As always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya. Hopefully over on my other channel, That Garden Place.